Some major news just went down in the NBA, which could see two former Raptors return to the team in Kyle Lowry and Adrian Griffin. So in today's video, we're going to investigate how these two became available and if the Raptors could and should actually bring them back to the team. Let's get into it. What's going on, everybody? This is Amateur Hour Sports 2, the second channel in the Amateur Hour Production Network for additional Toronto Raptors content and videos just like this. If you like what you see from today's video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Help us on the push to 2,000 subscribers. But yes, Kyle Lowry is traded away from the Miami Heat. Adrian Griffin fired by the Milwaukee Bucks after just 43 games as a head coach. These two are now available. The Raptors in turmoil, in trouble here. Could these two be people who return to the team and try and help us navigate this incredibly difficult period right now? Well, we're going to talk about that a little bit later on in the video, but before we do that, we're going to be discussing each individual and how they ended up becoming available and if I agree with the decision. So first of all, Kyle Lowry traded away from the Miami Heat, sent to the Charlotte Hornets for Terry Rozier and a 2027 first-round pick via Miami. So this is not really a surprise. The Miami Heat, look, Kyle Lowry has been fine for this team. He's been fine, but he has not been the player that Miami have needed to really push on and win a championship. Now, I know they were a Jimmy Butler 3 away from getting to the finals a couple years ago. Last year, they were in the NBA Finals, but if Kyle Lowry had been the type of player they thought they had gotten when he signed and traded away from the Raptors and went to the Miami Heat, very possibly could have a championship in this time. Now, I love Kyle Lowry, and I understand that his effect on basketball and on-court proceedings go beyond just his box score statistics, but the Miami Heat really felt as though they weren't getting enough juice, enough scoring out of this team. I think that this was a fantastic move by the Heat, only giving up Kyle Lowry in a salary dump and only one first-round pick for Terry Rozier, who's got 2.5 years left on his contract, making about $25 or so million a season. Terry Rozier is a great scorer. I think that Rozier has been perhaps given a little bit of a bad rep lately because he's playing with the Hornets. I think if you move Terry Rozier into a spot where he's now the third option and has to complement players more, I actually think he can thrive in this setting. I think that his defense is underrated. It's being undersold. I really like the fit for Rozier in Miami overall. Don't love the fit. I love the fit with Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler. I don't love the fit next to Tyler Hero. I think he's a little bit similar there, but I think Terry Rozier is a great pickup for the Heat. Now, the thing about Kyle Lowry is, well, he's on the Hornets. They want to trade him for the deadline. I don't think they will. He's going to become a buyout candidate, so Raptors fans are wondering, hey, we could use some veteran leadership. Do you want to come home to Toronto? Another person who could be coming back to Toronto is Adrian Griffin. Finally got his shot at a head coaching role. After over a decade as an NBA assistant, people have been saying for years he needs to get a role. He finally needs to get a shot at head coaching. And when the opportunity came around, it was a wonderful opportunity to coach Giannis Antetokounmpo and eventually Damian Lillard with the Milwaukee Bucks. But after just 43 games, he is fired. And what's crazy is that they were 30-13 in those 43 games. Unbelievable start to a head coaching career as far as the record is concerned for the former Raptors assistant, Adrian Griffin, a key piece of that 2019 championship puzzle for the Raptors. And after 43 games, after waiting so long for a head coaching shot, Adrian Griffin has been shown the door, and it looks like, well, Doc Rivers is going to replace him. So the Adrian Griffin one is tough. I don't know if I necessarily agree here, but it always felt weird. The Bucks continued to win games, yes, but it always felt weird with Adrian Griffin. It did get the appearance that Griffin didn't really get the respect of the players, and a lot of the times his decision-making wasn't really accepted very well. Griffin didn't want to play Brook Lopez in drop coverage. They wanted to switch that up, but the players almost bullied Griffin into changing their defensive style to put Brook Lopez in drop coverage. That was seen as perhaps the reason why their defense was struggling. Well, the real reason the Bucks defense has been struggling because their offense is top 2 in the NBA. They've just been terrible on defense. Perhaps there's been the players not really respecting Griffin and whatnot. But the real reason their defense is struggling is Damian Lillard and Malik Beasley are the point of attack defenders. They're both terrible defenders. So you're never going to be able to stop the point of attack. So, and that's a vital part of playing defense that they don't have there. They haven't given him that type of guard defense. The Drew Holiday getting traded, like they're missing Drew Holiday for sure, and his defense there. But I think an underrated departure is actually Javon Carter. He's a great point of attack defender, good ball handler, good pull-up shooter, but mostly on the defensive end, I think they're missing that sort of role. Like nobody on this team can do that. So how the hell are you supposed to make a good defense out of this team when you have no point of attack defense? And Brook Lopez is always playing in drop coverage where, yeah, mid-range guys can shoot over him. So I think I understand why the Bucks did it. Adrian Griffin, like, clearly did not have the respect of the players. I guess front office was a little bit upset that he wasn't maximizing Damian Lillard. Lillard didn't seem too happy, so the easiest thing to do when players are unhappy is change the coach. However, even though I understand firing Griffin, I don't understand hiring Doc Rivers. I think that it's good on the Bucks front office for kind of owning up, okay, this is not the right guy. We made a mistake here. Let's get this right. We're in a championship phase. Let's not waste any time here. But bringing in Doc Rivers, I mean, like how many times does Doc Rivers have to disprove his ability to be an NBA head coach just to still get another shot? It's truly remarkable, the voodoo that Doc Rivers pulls off to end up getting more head coaching shots and more head coaching shots at the highest possible level. Honest to goodness, if the Bucks are trying to maximize his championship window and they feel as though Adrian Griffin isn't going to do that, I have no idea how they see Doc Rivers being able to do that. But the topic for this video, Kyle Lowry, Adrian Griffin, available. Could they come back to the Raptors? Well, let's start with Adrian Griffin here because we're on him right now. Well, Adrian Griffin was on the Nick Nurse staff, part of that championship team in 2019, of course. But, guys, the Raptors completely cleaned house last year. Even if Adrian Griffin didn't get the head coaching job with the Milwaukee Bucks, he wouldn't have been back with the Raptors. There would be no reason for Griffin to return as an assistant with the Raptors, when especially Griffin could probably make the case that he's a better head coach than Darko Rajakovic is. So why would he want to work under him? The Raptors, I mean, I don't think they're really looking for assistant coaches right now. Like, you know, it is what it is. I hope Adrian Griffin, very much, I hope he gets another shot as a head coach in the NBA. If he has to be an assistant for a little bit longer, we'll see. But that's just not, like, really just not going to happen with the Raptors. He's got no ties to the organization right now other than Masai Ujiri. But I don't think I'd really be keen on returning to the guy that pretty much fired me in the summer, nor do I think the Raptors are looking at him to bring him back. So the big one becomes Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry is going to be bought out. There's some of the bigger teams in the NBA who will not have the cap space, or the teams that are above the apron right now. Those are the teams that are not going to be able to bring Kyle Lowry in. So maybe the Raptors could come knocking. He wants to return home to the team. And as far as Kyle Lowry returning, I think it's cute. I really think it's cute, everybody. If you're kind of sitting hoping like maybe Kyle Lowry returns to the team, that's cute, guys. Kyle Lowry is, like I said earlier, the box score doesn't always define his abilities. Kyle Lowry is a terrific off-court presence and on-court general. Like, he could put up like 0 points in a playoff game and still be super effective. But now, obviously, it's more effective if he's scoring along with that stuff. But here's a guy that was getting meaningful minutes in an NBA Finals series last season. Here's a guy that was getting meaningful minutes in Game 7 of the conference finals 2 years ago. Kyle Lowry is a fantastic player who has that championship pedigree. So for teams that are lacking that, for teams that want to add in the veteran presence and add in that leadership for those late playoff runs, they're looking at Kyle Lowry. And Kyle Lowry himself, like what does Kyle Lowry need to do with the Raptors? Like, what does Kyle Lowry need to do here? I think one day he will return at some point. That could be on a one-day contract to retire as a Raptor. But Kyle Lowry is going to be looking for a contender. He's going to be looking for a ring. The Raptors, first of all, they don't even have any roster space right now. I guess that could change, but this doesn't seem like the right time for this to happen for either party. Kyle Lowry, let's be honest. Kyle Lowry's not coming to the Raptors. The 76ers would be a great destination for him in the buyout market. He could be, play that backup point guard role. But even if Kyle Lowry's not playing at all, the championship pedigree. He's been there. He's done it. Worked under Nick Nurse. I think that's a real good fit there. Unfortunately, seeing him with Philly would kind of be sad, but he's North Philly's finest. What are you going to do? It's just not the time for him to join the Raptors. It's just not going to happen. But it is a cute thought. So, what do you make of this situation? Do you think I'm wrong? Could Adrian Griffin or Kyle Lowry return to the team? And possibly let me know. Do you agree with either team's decision to let go of these former Raptors? That was it for today's video. Drop a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more content like this. And check out my other content here. My main channel for more Raptors videos. My clips channel for the best highlights from the streams from this channel. You can check out the channel you're watching right now and subscribe here for more content. And here's a video that you may enjoy from my main channel as well. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time for another video here on Amateur Sports number 2.